Hello again. This is Chef Robert at Ruff's Kitchen. Still working on those green tomato recipes. Today we're getting ready to do green tomato cornbread. Sounds odd, but it's delicious. So let's get started. I have some tomatoes here that I've quartered. Makes it easier to process. We're going to just put them in there. Place those in there. Maybe just a little bit more. Okay. Now we have our tomatoes. I have some butter in a skillet here. So we're going to cook these tomatoes down. You really want to get this cooked pretty good because you want them tender. They won't tenderize if you try to bake them raw like this. Okay. Well, that's going. I'm going to give it a minute. Okay. Once it gets going, our next thing we'll add to it is some sugar. We're going to caramelize these, kind of candy them a little bit. That going good. Let's see what we're doing here. You can see it right there on the edge beginning to heat up. Once you see it start heating up good all the way around, you want it really good and hot, so when you add your sugar will start cooking immediately. You want this to go pretty good now, because you add the sugar too fast, it might burn it or scorch it. Either way, that's not appealing to the taste of the cornbread. It also helps reduce the liquid in it as well. See the liquid in there? We want to kind of reduce that. So we're going to get that going real good. Shouldn't take but a couple of minutes. Not looking for a soggy cornbread. See that liquid there? We want to try to reduce that. This is the part of cooking where you must be patient. And as you bring it in from the edge, and bring those that are out of the edge back in. Okay. Just about there. You'll even notice the color has changed. It's lightening up. The tomato has a small amount of sugar, not a lot. So we're going to enhance that with some more sugar. Now that that's down, we'll go ahead and get some of our sugar in here. We have about 2 tablespoons we're going to add to this, which is half of the sugar required for the recipe. Okay? We'll do this for about another 2 or 3 minutes. You can see the edges there, getting a little different color to it. Again, we want this pretty soft. Now if you wanted this spicy, you could add you some spicy peppers like jalapeno, habaneros. If you really want it hot, you'll add a ghost pepper. But we're going to keep it nice and mild today. The sauce is even actually getting a little thicker there. See right there? And if you hold your skillet like that, you'll literally start the process. Okay. Alrighty, that looks good. And we're just gonna let that sit while we work on the other ingredients. This will cool a little bit. We have a self-rising cornmeal. Gonna add that. We have some sugar. You won't need any salt because the cornmeal mixture already comes salty. We have a lemon here. We're going to add a little zest to it. You can either do it in the cornbread or you can do it over with the skillet. I just do it right here. Now when you're zesting a lemon or a lime or orange or grapefruit, you only want to go down. Once you start seeing the white, that's where you want to stop, because that has a total different flavor. It actually adds bitter to it. And so when you're zesting something, you want to constantly turn it, and you can kind of follow your tracks there. It says about 2 teaspoons. Which is almost a whole lemon, not quite. This will also kind of help where you think you didn't have enough salt. The zest of the lemon will take any blandness away also. Keep your little fork there. Makes a little noise. If you have a good food brush, you can use it also. Now, careful using a brush, because this will literally grate the brush up. So, you kind of tap on it. You can use that rubber spatula also. Okay, there we go. Kind of mix everything in there together. All right. We have a 1/4 cup of oil. Then we're also going to add the rest of our butter, but we melted it. So, I'll get that. Yeah. Not sure what we had there, but I'm not adding anything extra. Okay, that's added. Kind of mix that around. Next, we're going to gradually add some milk. Now, if you don't have milk, you can go with water. Okay. Made a little mess there. Okay. We'll add 1 egg at a time. If your batter seems a little thick, you can always add a little more liquid to it. But remember, we haven't added the tomatoes yet. cheese incorporated. Careful not to get your shell in there. If you're not sure, you can always use a cup. Crack your egg in. Last egg. Okay, now, next ingredient is sour cream. It's going to make it lighter. It's also going to give it a rich flavor, kind of similar to buttermilk. You notice that the batter is getting thinner and thinner. Now, the key to this is making sure that your tomatoes aren't too warm for the process. We might have to wait a couple of minutes because I still see a little steam. So we'll set that off to the side a minute. I'll show you how we're going to gradually incorporate it into the batter. We'll go ahead and add our cheese. It's a blended cheese. You can add whatever flavor you like. I like cheddar for sure. And then I balance it out with other flavored cheese. Again, if you were trying to make it a little spicy, you can actually add a little pepper jack. Okay. Now, so what we'll do, we'll just gradually add a little bit. Stir that in. I want about 2 cups. Not quite. And you can drain some of that liquid also. Didn't look like we were going to have much, but now that we've incorporated all our ingredients, we have enough for cornbread. We're going to add just a little more tomato, just a little bit. Okay. We're going to be ready. Okay, we're back over at the stove. We're going to use that same skillet that we had cooked the tomatoes in. I added a little extra butter. So we want to kind of get that going around there. You want your skillet to be kind of warm when you place your batter in there. You want that oil, your butter, or flavor to get around the edge real well. So you just kind of whirl it around a little bit. Okay? Pour the batter in. Nothing like cooking in a cast iron skillet. Okay, now that we have the batter in, we'll go ahead and place it in the oven. Look at that. Look at that. That looks delicious. And in that skillet too, wow. Now we'll set that over there and let that cool just a minute. Should always let your bread or casserole types set and cool a minute. You cut them while it's warm, they'll break up. Let's see what we have here. Wow, look at that cornbread. That looks like cake. Thank you for tuning in to today's green tomato recipes. Brought to you by Castle, Green Tomato Project, and of course, Ruff's Kitchen. Have a great day.